Hello and welcome back to another showcase. Now, we've gone through a lot of weapons here, but I think the most interesting of them all is the drag weapons. They're a weird bunch. No shields, 2 weapons, usually the same. It's quite something. But usually these weapons are powerful because they're combo effects, not really individually. Individually they're rather inferior, but together usually they're do better than most other weapons in the game. But at the cost of not having a shield. So, I've already done the twin drag hammers. They're like maces, to be honest, but we'll see about the other weapons. For today's item, I thought I'd do the twin spears. But the first problem with these is visually, they're not twins. They're 2 very different spears, but whatever. You could just call them the dual spears. Twin is just wrong, because it's not a twin. Whatever. The description reads, paired spears of the Drag Knights, proclaimed descendants of a land known for the legend of linking of the fire. When the Drag Knights disbanded, they scattered across the lands as sellswords. They quickly became known for their shieldless, aggressive tactics that struck fear into the hearts of men. Pretty much the usual description for most of these weapons. Which is unfortunate, just the first few words are different. But anyway, the skill is the charge. Hold spear at the waist and charge at a foe. Use a strong attack while charging and extend the length of the charge. Which is unfortunate. That's the same special for almost every spear. For like majority of spears. I feel like there's a wasted opportunity there. You could have easily something with 2 spears. There's a number of things you could do. But, whatever. It is what it is. Now, visually, well, first off, visually, the weapons are not twins. One is a leaf spear, clearly a leaf spear. The other one is the other one with a really funny shape. I can hard time finding something similar, but I found the plumbata. The plumbata is an ancient spear design, and there's no mod, like, I didn't find any modern rendition, so I had to pull this ancient one. But yes, it's meant to not pretty much puncture in too far into your opponent so you can't retrieve your spear. It's flanged out towards the back to stop that. So you put in, pull out. That distance is enough to kill a man. So it makes sense. Anyway, the stats, well, looking at the physical, it's no more powerful than a basic weapon, the starter weapons. No surprise with that, but then again, it's a twin spear. It's only taking a measurement of 1 spear damage. DPS is what this weapon's about. Moving on from that, the attribute bonus is just a plain old 2Ds, but with that bonus damage of 50, one of them must be borderline C. Possibly dexterity, but I had to put a guess on it. Why? The attribute bonus, well, you need a lot of dexterity. 20 points. And for strength, you need a little bit. Can't have the bare minimum, you need a little bit here. So, aside from that, we can look at the charge, but the charge is the basic attack for spears, on the special. Boring. And the weight is 8.0 because you're carrying 2 weapons instead of just 1. So overall, pretty much expected for this kind of weapon. The basic attack for this weapon, single-handedly, well, it's the spear poke. Exciting. The power attack, get a guess, it's the strong spear poke. Double-handed? Yeah, to be honest, the double-handed is no different from the single-handed. You're still only using 1 spear. It's the twin attacks that we need to look at. So you can see with the twin attack, there's actually 3 stages you can easily follow up with. And the special, it's alright. It's this plain old charge, nothing new there. Mainly the twin attacks is what we used. Upgrade-wise, we got the Tate Knight Shard to use to upgrade this weapon, and I was right about the tree bonus, right there. Dexterity. Well, it's pretty obvious with the requirements. Upgrade damage is alright. It's not horrible. It's okay. It's average amount. You can square off 10 with every upgrade on the physical, though. Which is rather funny. Like, just 10. But anyway. You got a pretty decent upgrade there. Pretty decent. Now, how well does it perform in field? Well, you're taking this weapon, you're only going to use the combo attack. Every other attack is simply a 1 spear attack. But I will try to use the freaking backstab here. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can't really use this with this. You can't really use these spears with the shield up, for obvious reasons, unless you use a single spear. But for the most part, I didn't bother covering that because it's just one spear. Back attack is 330 damage. That's okay. That's okay. Now, combo attacks, that's where it's at. And of course, the weapon's not that long. Overestimated its length. But luckily, this length of the weapon can puncture multiple opponents. Let's try a full combo on the knight here before he gets up. Nice. And a full death. Excellent. Plenty of firepower there. Let's try it against a Gorgo. The combo, you can really let off a lot of hits very quickly. Very quickly. Just by one combo, I nearly killed this Gorgo. And he's already dead. Exactly. The DPS is where this weapon's at. Now against the more aggressive knights, the special... the special's laughably pathetic compared to everything else in the weapon. I hate the spirit charge. You're stuck in one direction. It does damage, like, repeatedly, but very small amount. Whatever. The twin combo is doing quite well. Like I said, none of the moves are powerful in their own right, but the DPS is what makes up for it. Get those multiple hits in and try and get in between his attacks, but easier said than done against the Black Knights. Against bosses, I'm not sure if this weapon will do so great. Unfortunately, you just can't fight every damn boss in the game with these weapons. Fortunately. But otherwise, it did a right job. I didn't say not gonna do horribly, did excellent, did decent enough. Moving on to the pros and cons of the Drang Twinspears, or Dual Spears. On the pro side, we've got pretty good DPS for the weapon. Also, I like to say it's very stylish, it's unique. Nowhere in history has anyone wielded two spears at once. It's just not a very viable thing to do. So I'm sure it's awesome. And that is it for the Twinspears, for pros. On the cons, the majority of the animations are non-existent, like boring, plain old spear attacks. If it wasn't for the twin attack, it'd be borderline horrible. And the reach of these spears are actually the shortest spear in the game, because your character is not really using the whole width. Yeah, and individual attacks are weak. I should at least add that much. Okay. Moving on to the score of the spears. The damage I'll give 8 out of 10 because of that DPS. It does really rapid, quick damage. Reach, 7 out of 10. This is the shortest spear in the game. So, even in multiple runs, I'd misguided the reach of these weapons. Animation, 4 out of 10. For at least having the twin. The bonus, 7 out of 10. For having at least, a decent amount up there. And miscellaneous, 5 out of 10 for not really having any special features other than it being a twin. So in total, 31 out of 50. I call this weapon good. It's not excellent, it's not horrible, it's good. Just plainly put. So, in conclusion, the Drang Twinspears are pretty darn decent. They exchange their overwhelming reach for speed, which is a good trade, mind you. The only downside is you have no shield, and no weapon to parry with, so you must be good at dodging. You have to be, unless you want to be killed really quickly. These might be decent in PvP, providing you can get behind your opponent's defenses or in between their attacks. But no matter. Still an awesome weapon regardless, truly unique. I don't think we're going to see one anytime soon of the same nature. But that's been Showcase for today. I thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.